How do you balance a full-time job with learning new skills, getting enough sleep, exercising, staying healthy, spending time with loved ones, and still having hobbies? It sounds impossible, but it's not. The key is learning to think in systems. For over a decade, I've coached thousands of professionals to grow their careers while still having time and freedom to live life. And what I've learned is this: systems are the secret to breaking free from the hamster wheel of being busy, but not making real progress. So, what does it mean to think in systems? It means you stop relying on willpower and motivation, because those run out. Instead, you design processes that make the results you want almost automatic. And when you connect these processes together, you've built a system. Most people don't do this. They rely on intentions. I need to exercise. I should read more. I have to finish that course. Or, if they're proactive, they turn intentions into plans. I'll exercise after work every day. I'll read an hour every night. But then life happens. You're tired. Something comes up. And suddenly the plan falls apart. That's where systems come in. There are 3 principles to keep in mind when building them. Principle 1. Think holistically. Don't just set a goal. Expect obstacles. Ask yourself, what usually gets in my way? Why have my past attempts failed? By listing out those barriers in advance, you can design around them. Principle 2. Build for repeatability. A good system works not just on your best day, but on your worst. If your plan depends on motivation or everything going perfectly, it's going to collapse. Instead, find ways to make the process as easy and frictionless as possible. Here's an example. I once coached an accountant preparing for his exams while working full-time. His plan was to study every evening after work, but traffic, family commitments, and exhaustion made it impossible. A typical response is to say, just push through, but that's not sustainable. Instead, we explored other options, staying at the office a bit longer to study before heading home, shifting dinner schedules, or even adjusting his sleep routine. It wasn't about finding the perfect plan. It was about testing solutions, anticipating problems, and refining until we found a repeatable rhythm that worked. And that leads to principle 3. Peel the band-aids. When you start, your system will include temporary fixes, like taking naps to fight fatigue or using timers to stay focused. These are fine short-term, but they don't solve the root problem. Long-term, you want to build habits that remove the need for those band-aids, like improving sleep quality or strengthening your attention span. Over time, this process makes your system stronger, simpler, and more sustainable. Now, here's the truth. Building systems isn't actually harder than relying on willpower. It takes the same effort. You're just directing it differently. Instead of struggling with endless frustration, you're investing that energy into creating processes that actually work. And that's how you finally achieve your goals, without burning out, without constant stress, and with more freedom to enjoy the life you're working so hard to build.